Hey, this is Tim Kasher of Cursive, and these are my Marquee memories. The first Fugazi show in Omaha, Nebraska, I was actually not able to attend. I remember hanging out in a friend's bedroom listening to a Fugazi 7-inch. We called as many people as we could that had cars. Nobody would take us down there. So that was a drag. So when they came through a year later, my buddy Justin and I, we took the trek down there. Fugazi had a great way of seamlessly going from one song into another. The lore has always been that they don't write set lists, and I don't know how that's even possible, but apparently they don't. I always try to make our set list as seamless as possible so that we can always work from one song into another. A big thing about Fugazi that I think is an important influence that they had on so many bands is the ethics that they bring. Kind of well known for stopping mosh pits and yelling at people and maybe kicking people out. I felt like they were expressing that we should all be better to each other. And they gave absolutely everything they had into every show, which is also heavily influential. Seeing Fugazi, that was one of the changing experiences of my life for sure. The first Archers of Loaf show I saw was at Cafe Shakes, which is a coffee shop, I guess it was, in Lincoln, Nebraska. We completely overpacked this small space. To be able to see this band that became so quickly iconic to us, it was just a really intense and special moment. They're one of the first bands that I got to see, I guess, quote unquote, on the road. At that show, I was there really early, and I was sitting at the bar having a drink, and the bass player of Archers of Loaf happened to sit beside me, and it took me a minute before I mustered up enough courage to say, hey, how you doing? And I'm from Omaha, blah, blah, but I saw you at Cafe Shakes, and all this kind of ridiculous stuff that's really important to me that probably wouldn't matter much to him. But he was a cool guy and just really considerate. I've been on the other side of that now, and am always just down to have whatever sincere or insincere conversation the showgoers feel like having. And I often remember that was how kindly they treated me. The Faint are old friends of mine. We all come from the same music scene. I wanted to talk about The Faint because some of the best shows that I remember are the shows where I can palpably feel the energy of the crowd, of the audience in the room. So for The Faint, there's a couple shows that come to mind, but the one show in particular was completely sold out. I remember standing on a chair against the wall watching them play, and the audience was freaking out, and I felt so much pride for what they were doing. So it was a really exciting time to see that my buddies and music that I really loved, that they were really taking off. Another time, I finished up a tour and I jumped into the Faint's van with them because they were going to take me back home, I think. So I went to a couple of their last shows, and one of them was at Fireside Bowl in Chicago. And I'd already been playing Fireside Bowl plenty of times with Cursive, and it had some pretty good shows there, but it was nothing at all like what I saw when the Faint played. It totally sold that place out. I remember watching them from the side of their stage, and everybody was jumping up and down in unison. It was so hot and sweaty and insane. I remember looking out over that and thinking, I never do anything like this here. This is insane. We put a lot of effort into our live shows, I guess, as far as performance, but we've probably put about 1/10 of the effort that The Faint has done. They're just ferocious. They always go for it. I'll never be like The Faint, but that's okay, because I just want The Faint to be The Faint. Thanks for listening to my Marquee memories. If you have any memories of your own, feel free to comment below.